Jack London, The Unexpected Part 2. She, who had never cooked in her life, learned to make bread without the meditation of hops, yeast, of baking powder, and to bake bread top and bottom in a frying pan before an open fire. And when the last cup of flour was gone and the last round of bacon, she was able to rise to the occasion, and of moccasins and the soft tanned bits of leather in the outfit to make a grub stake substitute that somehow held a man's soul in his body and enabled him to stagger on. She learned to peg a horse as well as a man, a task to break the heart and the pride of any city dweller, and she knew how to throw the hitch best suited for any particular kind of peg. Also, she could build a fire of wet wood in a downpour of rain and not lose her temper. In short, in all its guises, she mastered the unexpected, but the great unexpected was yet to come into her life and put its test upon her. The gold-seeking tide was flooding northward into Alaska, and it was inevitable that Hans Nelson and his wife should be caught up by the stream and swept toward the Klondike. The fall of 1897 found them at Deer, but without the money to carry an outfit across Chilkoot Pass and float it down to Dawson. So Hans Nelson worked at his trade that winter and helped rear the mushroom outfitting town of Skagay. He was on the edge of things, and throughout the winter he heard all Alaska calling to him. Lituya Bay called loudest, so that the summer of 1898 found him and his wife threading the mazes of the broken coastline in 70-foot Siwash canoes. With them were Indians, also 3 other men. The Indians landed them and their supplies in a lonely bit of land 100 miles or so beyond Lituya Bay, and returned to Skagay. But the 3 other men remained, for they were members of the organized party. Each had put an equal share of capital into the outfitting, and the profits were to be divided equally. In that, Edith Nelson undertook to cook for the outfit. A man's share was to be her portion. First, spruce trees were cut down and a 3-room cabin constructed. To keep this cabin was Edith Nelson's task. The task of the men was to search for gold, which they did, and to find gold, which they likewise did. It was not a startling find, merely a low-pay placer, where long hours of severe toil earned each man between $15 and $20 a day. The brief Alaskan summer protected itself beyond its usual length, and they took advantage of the opportunity, delaying their return to Skagay to the last moment. And then it was too late. Arrangements had been made to accompany the several dozen local Indians on their fall trading. a trip down the coast. The Siwashes had waited on the white people until the 11th hour and then departed. There was no course left the party but to wait for chance transportation. In the meantime, the claim was cleaned up and firewood stocked in. The Indian summer had dreamed on, and then suddenly, with the sharpness of buggles, winter came. It came in a single night, and the miners awoke to a howling wind, driving snow, and freezing water. Storm followed storm, and between the storms there was the silence broken only by the boom of the surf on the desolate shore, where the salt spray rimmed the beach with frozen white.